film, for better or for worse, always takes on a life of its own. It's a very strange thing, and that has already happened with this film. It's already its own animal. And so now, you know, all we can do is to make it the healthiest and fittest and freest animal that it can be, which involves, you know, our individual ideas about how to do that, but somewhere in there it is what it is, and it's breathing for itself now.
Do you think there's anything that might smother that?
Yes, external pressures to do with selling it, distributing it. Whether there are some powerful individuals involved in that process who don't themselves listen properly or watch properly the piece of work itself and what it has to say, but they kind of want it to say something else in order for them to be able to do their job in the way they think they want to do it. That could smother it.
Filming may be over, but now the film has to be sold, and Rickman still has to perform for the marketing men.
So this is the beginning of our selling season, and what this represents is a coming together of all the world's buyers. Everybody flies in, and for a very intense period of 7 days, we, the sellers, show what we have, and that is a combination of posters on the wall, cassettes in the neck, or if we're lucky, a completed film.
I'm worried that our film's in amongst all this crap, too. The producers feel that the AFM requires my presence in order to secure distributors and foreign sales for the film. So I guess we're here as a sort of special offer.
Okay, so this is with Alan Rickman, and you remember him from Die Hard, and he also was the sheriff of Nottingham in Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. And then in here it tells you about Mesmer. Remember, he was the gentleman from Vienna who worked with hypnosis. He is
a film like Mesmer, which we presented to the world for the very first time at Cannes of last year, where we were able just to make an announcement. At that stage, all people had to go on was the script and the elements of Roger Spottiswoode and Alan Rickman. Now that in itself, of course, was interesting, especially with the screenplay by Dennis Potter, but the buyers needed to see something more, because we're not dealing with Arnold Schwarzenegger here, we're not dealing with Van Damme, we're not dealing with one of those pure, what they call pre-sellable items. So, generally speaking, the presence of a star in a marketplace is immensely important, and it can make the difference between a film taking off or not taking off at all.
Oh, he's very romantic. Yeah, that much is true.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. My name is Ian Scorer, and on behalf of Mayfair Entertainment and the producers, I'd like to welcome you to this, the very first screening of Mesmer. And it gives me very great pleasure to introduce you to Roger Spottiswoode, Alan Rickman, and Amanda Oon.
It's an early section of the film. It takes place in the late 18th century, and I think that's about all there is. I'm sorry it's such a mess. I'm sorry it's so scratched, and it's a genuine work in progress. So, I hope you enjoy it. It's too late to replace us.
When I touch the magnet, when I do, I alone can do, then you will feel it coursing through you.
The preview screening is the first time that Alan Rickman has seen an edited version of the film. Having been excluded from the cutting room, he's concerned that the production might not live up to the intensity of his own vision of the part.
This Women in Film Festival.
It's just that I had this phone call this morning. It was very interesting to just listen to him talking about what works, what doesn't.
What did he? And he was very forthright with you, obviously.
Yeah, and he just says that you know, you're watching a film and you just think, well, we just don't get to know this person enough, and we don't see enough sides of them. You leave the cinema thinking, well, who was that? Something's got to be done while there's an opportunity. Or at least, I don't know that I'm concerned that it will be a success. I'm just concerned that it's a reflection of my work. It's been a long journey, and it's been a complicated one, and it's been a tough one, and then I'm still in there, you know, with the boxing ring is still up, and I haven't been knocked out yet, and so I'm still in there. So it's just a practical thing. You know, you always want the work that you're involved in to be as good as it can be, and there always seems to be a conversation about that.
The diagnosis.
Maybe it's just tenacity or something. It's never really wanting to let go. That's a thing that one should do more often, is let go, I think.
You see before you the conductors of my path. Don't be frightened if you swoon away. Don't resist. Let it caress you, whisper to you, murmur to you as the force in me comes flowing into your flesh, your nerves, your bones. Take hold. Hold the ropes.